Hey guys. So I thought I would go ahead and get out here and talk about some shit real quick. Uh, excuse me. I was hanging out in Weevy's live earlier tonight. I've been hanging out in his live pretty much every night for the last like 4 days. Um, he's a cool person. I like him a lot. He's a very cool guy. It's just funny because I've been to, I forget that jail's name, but it's in Martinsburg because it's the jail they take you from Charlestown when you get arrested at the Golden Horseshoe at like 5:30 in the morning, drunk as fuck, looking like a stripper. Already on probation, not supposed to be out of state, and then your man gets arrested for a DUI at the same time. That jail had the best breakfast I've ever had in my life in a jail. Like for real, like I don't know if it was just like maybe just the day that like that was it or what. But I tell you what, that motherfucker had the best breakfast ever. The best. And when I tell you I looked like a fucking train wreck, I'm gonna tell you the story of how this happened. Okay, so like me and Mike, my ex fiance who took his life, um, who has been charged literally 20 different times with a DUI. Only been convicted once, and it was in West Virginia that he was convicted. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, that's when I found out about the new tracking monitors that they have. Oh, excuse me, not monitors, but they do it from a cell phone. You don't even have an anklet on, but I'll get to that in a minute. So we, I'm on probation still, felony probation. Okay, I'm not supposed to be out of the state of Virginia at the time, but we were like, well, okay, whatever, because we wanted to go see some strippers. In Virginia, you can't strip fully naked, but in West Virginia, you can. Because I did do it at the West Virginia Strip Club, Golden Horseshoe, when I was a stripper a couple of times. But that's neither here nor there. Long ass motherfucking time ago. Um, because you made more money in West Virginia because you could strip completely naked. Um, Whatever. So anyway, we go there, we drive out there. We go to Charlestown. We go play some slots or whatever. And then our hotel. This is where we were fucking retarded. Our hotel was literally not even a block away from the Golden Horseshoe. So what we should have done is park the car at the hotel and just walked. But no. I think it's because when we drove from Virginia, we went straight to Charleston. We went straight to the casino. And then I guess we went straight to the Golden Horseshoe after the casino because we had already been drinking. So, why not? When the smart thing to do would have been park the car at the casino or the hotel and just walked. So we get to the strip club. There's this bad bitch there, dude. Like, I mean, I'm talking like if you had to like, and I was a stripper back in the day. So like, if I had to tell you that this girl was like the utmost beautiful girl in the entire universe, like I've ever seen in my life. Fat ass too, and nice old titties. Just saying. And I'm not even into chicks like that at all. With this girl, she was an exception. I would have made an exception for this one, and she was Russian. But she was all about her money. That was it. She didn't want to have like conversations with anybody. She just wanted her money, which is fine, whatever. So I used to buy Mike lap dances because at the end of the day, like it was a strip club, and like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what couple? what man and woman go to a strip club together and you buy your band lap dances? Maybe it's just because I was a stripper and I know like what the whole thing's about and like fuck it, whatever. He's coming home with me today anyway. Because we all know strippers are just a fantasy. They're just a fantasy, what you want. Anyway, I got drunk as fuck off Jaeger bombs. But not with the monsters. I did it with Red Bull. And I got twisted. And like, I don't drink. Drinking's not my thing. Never been a big drinker. But I was twisted. Plus, I looked like the biggest hoe the way I was dressed. Like no bullshit. If I could have taken pictures and had those pictures from that night, it would have been something serious. Like I swear to God, my eyeliner was all fucked at 5 a.m. in the morning. So we decided, sorry, yeah, we decided that I don't know. I think I want to say it's five. It wasn't even 5. It had to have been like 3 or 4. Because I was only in jail literally for like I don't even think it was like 24 hours. I don't even think it was 10 hours. I think I might have just gone there and yeah, I don't even think if it was 5 hours. It's like literally I went through processing and they let me out on my own recognizance, which was crazy because I was on felony probation in Virginia at the time. But anyway, so we get in the car to leave, and Mike had a 1996, I think, or 95 Ford Lightning, beautiful black car, beautiful. Had a Hellcat motor in it, but so that bitch was loud as fuck, plus like a $5,000 sound system on top of it. So, we decide that after the strip club, we're going to the 7-Eleven across the street to get hot dogs. Because, we hungry as fuck. Now, mind you, I'm fucking wasted. My cell phone battery is literally on like no, I have no percentage on my cell phone. Michael has my ID and my credit card in his wallet because I didn't bring my purse. Plus, I had been out of state, so, I was kind of trying not to, like, be involved if the police wanted to run my name or not, because I knew if they did that I would be going to jail. Which is why I theoretically think I went to jail. It wasn't even for the drunk in public, per se. I think it was because I was out of state. But anyway, they let me on my own personal recognizance, and, like, then I got a letter in the mail, like, a couple weeks later, and I didn't even have to go to court. So I decide that I'm going to go to 7-Eleven. Now, if any of y'all have ever been into a 7-Eleven at ump's time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, have you ever seen like a bunch of police officers just standing by the coffee like place? Have you? I want some answers on that because I have multiple times, but that night I just happened to walk into the only 7-Eleven in West Virginia that had literally, I counted 15 cops by the coffee thing. Like, I mean, and as soon as you open the door, it was like, boom. They were just like staring at you. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, and you mind you, like, my eyeliner's all fucking black and it's like, running. And like, I look like I could just legitimately say I look like a straight up, like, streetwalker. For real. They knew I was drunk as shit. There's no way they could have known I was drunk because I was like fucking drunk. So I go, and I'm walking past them, and I'm like trying to keep my composure, but I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna say something to me, and I'm gonna be fucked. Because at this point, I'm still thinking like I'm gonna stay on probation, like, and I didn't tell my PO I was leaving the state, so like this is fucking. It's not just misdemeanor probation. This is felony fucking probation. And I'm going. Well, Mike's in the car in this Hellcat motor. I mean, in this Ford Lightning with this Hellcat motor in it, blaring Metallica at 4:30 in the morning with his $5,000 sub stereo system in his truck. Okay. Turn it down, Mike. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're drawing attention to us. Like, so what should have made sense is if I had been in my right mind, I would have said, park the car here and got out and walked to the hotel with Mike and left the car at the goddamn 7-Eleven. But no. I paid for my shit. I think about like 8 hot dogs or some shit. Paid for my shit. I was going to go put chili and cheese on it, but they were standing right by there. And I was like, no, eat that bitch plain with a bunch of ketchup. I don't give a fuck. So I walked back out to the car with all this stuff, and I said, Mike, man, there's like 15 police officers. Like, I swear to God, there were no police cars in the parking lot, though. That's what really fucking weirded me out, because you would have thought that there would have been like, we would have seen police cars, but there was not one police car in that parking lot, unless they were all around the back of the 7-Eleven. I don't know. What do we do? So now by the time I walk out the door and I get in the car, I in my head I'm going, they've already called like up the road. And like, yo, these drunk motherfuckers, and you can pull these motherfuckers over. Which is what I really legitimately thought, because here's what happened. Literally, we get in the car, we pull out. It's loud ass fucking truck at 4 a.m. blaring Metallica once again. And this is how petty West Virginia cops are. We literally pull into our hotel room. It was like literally all of like 30 feet away. Maybe a little bit more than that. And he blue lighted us as soon as we pulled in to the hotel parking lot, right? And Michael being Michael, drunk as fuck, and he has a habit of when he's drunk to talk to the police and say, I fucked your mom last night or I fucked your wife. Like, you just off obscene shit that you just don't say to a cop. Like, you don't tell this cop that you fucked his wife last night at 4 a.m. in the morning while you drunk as fuck behind the wheel of a car, leaving a fucking strip club. Like, you just don't do that. So I was like, he gets out the car. I'm like, oh man, we're going to jail. And he's like, putting his hands up. I'm like, Mike, get back in the car. He's like, no, 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 no. I'm getting out. So he's like talking to the police officer. And I'm sitting here going, well, I'm fucked. I said, I might as well just get out the fucking car and put my own damn handcuffs on because I'm going to jail regardless. So he refused all the tests, etc. So they put him in the back of the cop car. They haven't even come to me yet. The cop hasn't even come to my side of the door. And I had already made it known in my head that I was not stepping foot out of that car onto that property because I knew that they were going to give me a drunk in public if I did. So they put him back in the squad car. And I'm going, oh shit, he's got my shit in his pocket, like my ID and everything. So the cop comes to the door and he's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, I said, did your little buddies call you from the 7-Eleven? Because I feel like you weren't anywhere in sight. And as soon as we pulled out the 7-Eleven, you were like, whoop whoop, like right there. So I was just, being a smart ass because like I knew I was going to jail. So I was like, why not fuck with him? And the cop was like, step out of the car. And I was like, oh no, I'm not stepping out of this vehicle onto this ground. And he said, why? I said, because I'm not going to get drunk in public because you're trying to get me out the car. I haven't committed no crime whatsoever. Thank you. What crime did I commit? Give me your license. I don't have it. Well, what's your name? I'm not obligated to tell you because is this criminal? No, it's traffic. Well, I guess it was criminal for you, but not for me because I didn't do anything wrong. I was just a passenger. And I was being the good passenger because I was wasted, so I wasn't even driving. So, yeah. Well, he ripped me out of the car. Mike had already given the other officer my information. Like an idiot that he is. And they said, you're under arrest. And I said, for what? And they said, drunk in public. I said, did you run my name yet? And they were like, yep. And guess what? We called your PO and everything on his personal number. And I'm going, son of a bitch. He wants you arrested and they're going to jail. So I'm going to jail because I'm out of state on felony probation because it wasn't supposed to be out of state. Touche. I said, can I call my PO? Because I need to talk to him. Because at this point, this is like nearing the end of my like probationary period. And like me and my PO had a good rapport. Like we really did. I should have just told him I was leaving to go to West Virginia. Hey, he probably would have let me go, but I didn't want to, we just spur of the moment type thing. Because I don't like taking directions the easy way. So Rondi. I feel like we drove what seemed to be like an hour to jail. And I was like, what jail are we going to? Because I'd never been arrested in West Virginia. Never. I get to jail. I say, well, what do I say to the magistrate? Oh, you see me tomorrow? No, this was on I don't know if you go to church on Wednesdays or per se, but they wouldn't let me bail Mike out all day. Like I went from when I got let out on my own PR, and I called my PO. My PO was like, "Look, just report to me on Monday when you get back, and we'll discuss it." And I was like, "Am I going back to jail?" And he's like, "Well, Lauren, if I really wanted to put you in jail, I would have had you sit in jail until I came and got you, or they came and got you and took you back to Virginia." But no, I just, you went to jail because they called me, and I really didn't have a choice because where else were you going to go? You weren't going to drive the car home because you had no license at the time. But that's legitimately what he told me on the phone when I got out. So I got out of my own PR bond, and they tried to tow the truck. And I said, at the time, I said, oh, no, it's on private property. You can't tow this shit. There's no way. So they at least listened to that because they didn't tow it. So, like, I get back to the hotel to get in the car. Now I'm out of jail, and I'm done, not break the law again because now I'm like, well, what do I do? Mike had court in Fairfax the next day for his gun charges, right? So I call his parents because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to go get this fool out of jail? Because he got his credit cards and he's got my credit cards, and all I have is my ID. That's it. They call his parents did a bail him out of jail. I literally drive from the hotel with no license, still drunk. Not just as drunk, but drunk, to go pick this motherfucker up at the same jail I just got out of like an hour or two prior. And I'm sitting there in the parking lot. I go to the bondsman first, get the bond, whatever. The bond says, all right, but we're going to be over there. I sat there from literally, let's say, 11 o'clock in the afternoon until midnight the next night because the magistrate guy was in church all day, and that's why they didn't process him out. I got a couple more fun stories to tell you. In fact, I'll tell you another one as soon as I'm done with this one. I'll probably save it for tomorrow, but I'll tell you about how my first encounter with the police in Charleston, well, not Charleston, well, in South Carolina, the Somerville, not police force, but sheriffs, because Somerville is the only town I know of that has a whole a whole sheriff force and not a police force. But that's for a different day. Okay. Well, that was story time. I hope you all like it. And a broken system is out. Later.